chat's got soul. From the gavel to the gas, we're watching it all. Covering the courtroom, big case or small. Laugh when we can, cry when we must, but it's all real talk, you can count on us. We're not the pros, just fans who care. With popcorn in hand and a comfy chair. And every twist, we're right there. Together like we're all in the witness chair. This is the Broken Baker, where the trials come alive, where the chat is wild and the vibes survive. We're watching the worst of what people do, but we keep it light, yeah, that's our truth. It's the only place for crime, and it feels just right. We bring the justice talk into your night. So hit that stream, don't miss the call. At the Broken Baker, we cover it all. Oh yeah. We're just flaming with the view, but we ask the things the world wants to. Digging through the facts, side by side. Even when it's dark, we bring the light. No clickbait, no fake feels, just truth and the highs and the reels. With the chat that roasts and rise, we're just here for the case and the vibes. This is the Broken Baker, where the stories unfold. With a smile in the heart, even when it's cold. Yeah, we cover the bad with a wink and a grin. Where the real talk starts, come on, jump in. It's the only place to be, can't you see? For trials and truth, it's BBTV. The Broken Baker, where the trials come alive. Yeah, we'll be here, trial after trial. Yeah.
Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, what if any you might be, and what is the right way for you to see. And we are on Verdict Watch, and as always, when we are on Verdict Watch, we're going to do something, and today it's going to be building a little bird, a toucan. If I can figure that one out. No, we're not going to bake anything. It's 9 o'clock. My neighbors probably would be annoyed if I started baking. Brandon, if you have it at home, and yeah, you can build along. Oh, maybe we can build all three because these are small. That's what she said. Which one do we want? Do we want the Schmetterling, as it's known in German, the toucan, or the clownfish, maybe? I don't know. This way up. Let's do a poll. But if you're waiting, we are just hanging out. If you're newer to our channels, sometimes I do verdict watches, especially. I don't expect this is going to be the world's longest. I could be mistaken. I've been that before, but it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The judge said they're going to go till 5:30, I believe. So let's see how long it takes, and then we'll figure something out. Jamie might come in and do her interpretive dance of the Vesuvius eruption that covered Pompeii. It's a breathtaking dance that she can do. It'll be very, very heartwarming especially with the young kid and the mother. It gets me every time she does that one. No, I get bricks so I can build one of them. I can build every 3, but only one at a time. It looks like the toucan is running away with it right now. Only 17 votes. Come on, people. Vote. Vote. Hey, 80s, how are you doing? But yeah, this it's just so I have something to do while we're just sitting here doing nothing. And maybe Jamie will show up later. Boom, 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 boom. Now half of you have voted. You can vote in the poll that's out right there as you're looking at it in the chat. Boom, 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 boom. But how did we all feel about? I really think that overall the prosecution came back and did okay, but overall they were doing bad. You don't have a poll. You should have a poll. Try and refresh your stream, because it won't be counted if you just write it. It's the Lego creators 3-in-1 toucan, butterfly, or clownfish. And I can't figure out which way to show you. It's just, again, it's one of their smaller something to do with your fingers. Well, they're all kind of cool, but it's just so I have something to do so I don't get bored totally out of my mind. But I don't know. 32 votes. We have 45 people here. Yeah, probably end it. Christmas ideas, Lego, thank you. You can't have Legos. Lego is a brand name, so you can only have one Lego because it's a brand name. Hold it like you're looking at it. Don't turn it upside down. So this way. It happens. Sometimes you're just a little too fast. But Brandon was wrong as always. It looks like Toucan was the one who went away with the win, 65%. So let me start building that. And but how do we feel after watching the closing? I'm a little in two minds because I think that the state was really bad at what they were doing. I thought them coming back and talking about how he was allowed to be there and stuff like that was pretty good. But I just feel overall the state's closing was very, very poor. I didn't think the defense was good. Don't get me wrong, because he said a lot of things that he didn't put into evidence. But again, the jury will believe what they hear, and sadly, that's how it goes most times. Smart ass. Who's a smart ass? She is guilty, but the state almost messed it up for you. I have it the same way. I believe she's guilty. I believe she was most likely just as intoxicated as he was. I don't think we ever heard that they had done any toxicology on her, but I think she was doing it because she had had enough, and I don't think she intended to. But that's, you don't have to intend to do harm. It's enough that you should have known that you could do harm. I didn't think either side's closing were great. Oh yeah, the defense's job is to try and lie and get as much in there. And again, as long as they don't object, hey, nothing's wrong with what he's saying. But I was kind of hoping that it would be a little more like in the Sarah Boone case, where I was so disappointed with the state's closing, and then they came back on rebuttal, and well, not their closing actually. It's their rebuttal to the case in chief, where they just slapped the ever-loving crap out of her with her own videos and words. But I just don't know. I didn't feel it was a winner. But who knows? Maybe I'm like Sue and I'm wrong this time. We never know who what the jury hears. I'm cheating. How am I cheating? I'm sitting still looking at this and putting it together. You can see all I'm doing. I didn't cheat. I'm not Dave. I says she's not guilty. I think she didn't mean to actually hit him. Sadly, that's not how the legal standard is, because she should have known that she could have hit him and could have killed him when using a deadly weapon. So it's the same. Drunk driving is also an enhancer, because even though you didn't intend to hit someone, you should know that when you get behind the wheel, you could potentially kill someone. Maybe you should mark it down to manslaughter, but oh, like this. This case just frustrated me. Yeah, it's one of those cases where you're just annoyed because everyone's an asshole. You don't feel sorry for the victim. You don't feel sorry for if she's going to prison, because she's clearly not a good person herself. The only people you're feeling sorry for are the kids. And if they're staying with grandma, I don't think their outlook in life is good, because she seemed like she was a horrible person herself. So I'm just, yeah. How do we know he wasn't running towards the house and she was just trailing behind? Well, if that was true, then she would lose this self-defense, because then she was chasing him towards the house, and they claimed the opposite, that he was trying to break into the house. And the blood trail also kind of ruined that. Because the blood trail started at the front door. Check your tail feather. Is this the chick who used air condition? Yes, she is the chick who used the air condition to get pregnant. And that kid is with the father's mother, I believe. I saw somewhere, but I'm not sure, that the dad had pled guilty in his trial and is getting convicted in November, maybe. but I'm not 100% sure that that's true. I could have seen that wrong, but I believe that's what it said. It's like having kids. You don't know if they're going to be good until they're grown. When they're grown, they're just crapheads. Yeah, it's a lottery, but you can try and be as good a parent as you can be. And maybe the grandma was trying to do the right thing when she went down there, but that's another thing. I don't feel this judge gave them a fair chance to prove she did it, because the grandma said she was going to go down there and remove the kids from Daisy, because Daisy was also a substance abuser. And by not being allowed to put that in, she gave the defense free range to just claim that he was the only one using. Because it could be, as someone said, well, she just pew-pewed him because she wanted those 6 bags of coke that he had been buying. But I don't believe it's been a fair trial, because the judge has been as horrible as she has been. At Legoland, my daughter's bonus dad was so excited, going to have the time of his life buying her Lego. She only wanted a soft unicorn. His face was picking pieces himself. That's parenthood. Oh yeah, we took my grandson to Legoland for the first time a couple of a few 2 months ago, and you don't know how he's going to act, and he was really small, but he did okay. He was fine hanging out, and he slept most of the way. But my nephew was home from Switzerland, and he was all over the place, because I don't believe he's been there before. And Legoland is pretty cool. It's expensive as hell, but if you can bring your own lunch, it's actually it's a good day trip. Oh, it has eyes. Mm-hmm. Oh, the sad part. What's the sad part? Those kids have seen more in their short lives, even before the shooting, than most adults ever will see in this chat. It's so sad. Yeah, that's sadly how it goes when you have substance abuse in the family. Is Lordy or Glanville? I don't know who Glanville is. Hey, little D. Who's Glanville? I don't know. I don't know who Glanville is. Oh, of course I forgot, as I always do. Always forget something. I need to put this on this one, and then on this one. The YSL judge. I didn't watch the YSL case, so I couldn't tell you what I saw. Was that the one who got thrown out midway through the trial or something like that? Yeah, that wasn't the best judge as well. No, everyone goes on everything, Gwen. All of them are meant to be built into the different ones. That's why it's called a 3-in-1. I did the camera 3-in-1 before. Am I close to billion? I am. It'll take me a little under 2 hours to drive to Billund from where I am. So I'm not that far. But I had to go and get my kid and her kid, so that was another hour's drive that day. So that was a long day driving, but it's nice, and we got to meet. The next family meetup will be in Copenhagen and Tivoli. But that's my sister's coming home for that. I haven't seen her in. Was she at my? No, I don't think she was at my grandson's baptism. So I haven't seen her in 2 years, I believe now. A year and a half? No, 2 years. I think I saw her last year. I'm not sure. But that's gonna be nice. And her kid again. This is making want to get more Lego architecture sets. I like the Lego architecture. That's but I thought this isn't going to be the longest day, and it's late, and my motor skills won't be the best at after 9 in the evening.
Probably a photograph that Mr. Bravita, you referenced in your closing as a demonstrative aid. You've printed out those photographs. Mr. Tomas has them now.
And Judge,
Hold on. And then Mary-Lise, I'm going to have those 5 as a composite for now. Mr. Tomas, I'm going to give them back to you. Let the clerk mark them as a composite.
before we do that, I need to swap out a photograph.
So there's 5 right now, but one of them is a duplicate.
Correct.
Just mark it for now. So the substance of the photographs that the state referenced in their closing are the outside of Miss Daisy's home, which encompasses a duplex. There is a 5th one that Mr. Tomas, you found in your discovery.
Yes, ma'am.
And what does that one show?
So that one shows inside, shows the home.
2 brothers.
Shows the door, I believe it's the back door, and very close to the back door, there's a window that you can tell it's in place of glass, there are other things there.
Cardboard.
And this would, I think this would go towards the specific question that the jury asked about, I think they were alluding to the testimony that Pedro stuck his hand through the window to unlock the door.
Because at one point during the state's closing, some reference was made about how tall he was, and Mr. Brigida is not as tall as him. Something.
Evidence should be way close, but it seems like there must have been a jury question, because the jury had asked about sticking the hand through the door. That was her mom who testified about that, and apparently also how tall he was. So, but all of that should be in evidence and should have been turned in with the clean computer.
Along those lines, something along. If you remember it better than me, let me know. But something along the lines of reaching in and how nothing of the outside. The inference was nothing on the outside was damaged. That from where I was sitting, that was the gist of the state's closing argument on that point.
Yeah, I recall, I guess the impression that I got was that this that I'm showing you shows that he couldn't have reached in and opened the door.
I got the same impression. But those photographs that were used as a demonstrative aid are not in evidence.
Well, so yes and no. When I was creating this presentation yesterday, I had a good faith basis to believe that at least some, if not all, of these photos are in evidence. I obviously do not have access to evidence once we are done for the day. I have reason to believe, based off of the testimony, as well as the introduction, as well as conversations I've had with co-counsels, that those photographs were introduced. The other photograph, I am 100% my fault. I missed it. Mr. Tomas brought it to my attention when we were outside of the hall, I believe. I would not have made the argument that I had made. I would have changed it a little bit. It would have been something similar, but I still would have made the same argument. But I still have reason to believe those 4 should be.
So just print out the duplicate one. Are you going to go get it for us, Mr. Abdallah?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll go to the back. Or no, actually, I have to go to across the street to go and grab it.
Can you make your way over there now?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. So how else do I fix this?
I don't believe it's fundamental error, Your Honor. I understand your concerns. I genuinely do, and I lean conservative when it comes to, no, I'm sorry, I lean very conservative when it comes to those kinds of things. It wasn't a predominant feature of my closing.
This was the first question that
Right.
the jury, they're in there for maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and that was the first question that they had for us.
I understand, if the court wants to send an instruction back,
Why don't do you have any other suggestions?
I mean, I think by agreement, we can send in those photos. But I don't know what else the court had in mind.
By agreement, you referenced the tattoo of Daisy on his arm. That was part of the autopsy. That photo may not have been part of the evidence. By agreement of the parties, we agreed because it was referenced in the autopsy. It went back a stipulation. That was number 30, what? 31. This is a little different. It's one thing for them to be in a 9-year relationship. They've got 2 kids. They love each other. There's ups and downs. Him having Daisy on his arm, that corroborates parts of the state's case, doesn't go to the core of either the elements of the crime or the defense to the crime. This does, because it goes to credibility of witnesses. Why shouldn't I bring this jury out and allow Mr. Tomas a minute to explain to them his version of that photograph?
That's fine.
So,
the only issue.
the defense fucked up.
And genuinely, like, I understand, of course, concerns, I have the same concerns. Had I known that this photograph with the back door existed, and it's 100% my screw up, I am completely at fault.
Listen, I take you at your word.
I missed this, I would have still used this photograph, and I would have explained the same exact thing. I don't have an issue with Mr. Tomas being able to explain his version of events.
What would you have explained?
I would have said the window is still far from the door, and that this window appears like it was fixed, and if all this was going on in the middle of the night, do we really think that this got fixed between the time and the shooting? That's what the argument I would have made.
But your argument is premised upon what you remember of these witnesses saying he stuck his hand through the door that day. I don't remember that specifically.
No, I believe.
The mom said so.
The defendant's mother said that that happened that night in between her being choked, or not the defendant's mother being choked, but the defendant.
I don't remember.
The problem is that this guy believed that he had all 4 photos he wanted in evidence, but he missed one, and that's the picture that shows at the. Remember, the mom said next to the door there was a window, and that window he had broken and then tried to open the door. But there apparently is a picture showing that this window is whole. And his argument would have been, hey, do you believe that in all of this they would have fixed this window? That's how I understand it. But he messed up. He didn't put it in. And apparently the defense is really nice and lets him do it because it was their witness who testified to it. Law and crime. It's because I'm running on a little bit different setup in my computer in my here. So.
Remember? What do you remember? Why don't you confer with your client also?
But that would be amazing if she was fair and letting stuff in. But I don't know if can you remedy it now?
Just want to make sure with my clerk. What we sent with the autopsy photos is 31. That was by agreement of the parties, and this would be 32. All right, yes, Mr.
So,
Tomas.
Judge, 2 things. Hard for me to remember exactly when, but I believe that at some point, Ms. Wink, during the testimony, she referenced that she noticed things were missing, and that she had reason to believe that Mr. Knight somehow got in through an opening the window. But her mother did testify that she saw him reaching in through the window, and that would have been the the day, afternoon, evening prior to the early morning shoot. So that was my recollection of the testimony.
You know what, I screwed up, I was applauded it, I will let the court make the decision and just take action.
So if I'm gonna let you talk to the jury for about a minute, what would you say? And I will instruct them that these are the photographs that the court believes they're referencing in their question. They were used as demonstratives, but they are now being admitted by agreement of the parties. And actually, Mary-Lise, yours will be separate.
Okay.
So the 4 for the state will be 32. Yours will be, can it be 33? Stays 33? It'll be stays 33.
Mr. Arcel bringing the last photograph.
I'm sorry, yeah. The one on the inside is going to be 33. Can you separate it?
Is it,
Yeah, that one's gonna be 33. I'm sorry, what would you argue?
I would just say, so ladies and gentlemen, this is a photo from the inside of the home, and as you can see, the window next to the door is
Yes.
visibly within arm's reach, and as you can see, the glass is kind of replaced with other items kind of in place of the glass, and this is where Mr. Jimenez would have been able to reach through to unlock the door from the inside from the outside.
Okay.
That's it.
Are you in agreement with that? Okay, because it wasn't, I think you can appreciate this link. This wasn't, these photos that the state referenced in closing weren't introduced into evidence, but they were on the television. And I think that's what the jury is asking about. That was their first question. In order to remedy this, which is error, I don't know if it's fundamental error, but it's error. I think it's fair for me to allow your lawyer to introduce the one of the inside of the house that has cardboard with Modelo taped or appears to be taped on the window, and for him to at least address the jury about a minute to make his argument to rebut the photographs of the outside that the state argued showed no damage. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So,
I'm just making this up.
yeah, that's fine. So we can go off record while we wait. So the 4 photographs of the outside of the home that were referenced as a demonstrative are composite 32, and the one on the inside with the cardboard that shows potential damage is 33. So we can go off record while we wait for Mr. Octala to come back so we could staple it to the to 32. Thanks, Stephanie.
They most likely thought that, hey, we have it all. We have it all as we should have, and everything is going to be fine. But to err is human, so they probably forgot to admit one of these pieces of evidence, and it can happen. And luckily for him, the state is the defense is saying, okay, let's play ball, because they could just say, no, you made your bet, now lie in it.
Mr. Tomas, you can go ahead and hold on to him. Meredith, you can give that to Mr. Tomas. All right, folks, we're back. Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Because one of them is taken from the outside, probably in the dark, and that shows that the window looks to be intact. But the one from the inside of the house, there's a piece of cardboard on the back side of the window, which they will then argue is because it covers a broken window.
Jurors are present, lawyers, as well as Ms. Link. Okay, in order to best answer what I think you were asking, the lawyers also think the same regarding your first question. There are 4 photographs that the state referenced in their closing. Those were demonstratives, so they were not in evidence. By agreement of the parties, they are now introduced into evidence. 4 photographs, 1 composite, number 32. It'll be a state exhibit. In fairness to the defense, because those items were not introduced into evidence, I'm allowing states 33 in Mr. Tomas's hand, and he'll be able to address you for about a minute as a rebuttal to what was not introduced into evidence, okay? Go ahead, Mr. Tomas.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is a photo for your consideration. This is exhibit 33. As you can see in this photo, here is the door, photo from the inside of the house. This door is in close proximity to this window. And as you can see, this window has items taped, which are taking the place of the glass. So instead of having glass, this window is really covered up by these, I guess, cardboard items, and you can see that they're taped together. So this is being submitted to you because, as you can see, Mr. Jimenez could have feasibly, from the outside of the house, stuck his hand in through this open window, reached the door, and unlocked it and opened it from the outside. So I believe this was relevant for your consideration. It's Exhibit 33. It's going to go back with you, and you can look at it as much
We'll
as
hand it to you now. 32 and 33. We'll hand them to you now, and you can continue your deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, they've now gone back in. I'll be upstairs. We can go off record if anybody.
Before we
Yeah.
do that, I just want to apologize again. It's entirely my fault. I did not, I missed it. I just want to put it on the record. It's entirely on me. And I
Understood.
apologize.
It's an honest mistake. We all make mistakes. It's all
And I think we remedied it, and by allowing you, Mr. Tomas, to directly address the jury and point out what you wanted to point out, I think it took care of
I
it. So
appreciate it.
we'll see where it goes. Thank you.
So that was I don't know how interesting it was, but can we learn anything from those questions? Can we read anything out of those questions? Maybe not directly, but it seems that they are focusing on, did he try and break into the house, which is one of those excuses that could make it from being illegal to a legal viewing if he was trying to break into the home. It could also be really bad for her if they don't believe he was trying to break into the home, because her mom did testify that he smashed the window, and if there's cardboard on the backside, it doesn't really seem like it might have been broken into, maybe, potentially. But I don't know. I think that's what I'm reading into this, is they are discussing if this is a break-in and thereby a legal viewing. We do labor here through these events, seek tax credits and tax credits alone. What? Why is everyone being so nice to each other now? Because it's over. They have to wait for the jury to get a decision made, and then they can go home and they can start their normal practice again tomorrow. I don't think they like each other that much, but I think that professional courtesy and all that, because yeah, it didn't seem like they were the bestest of friends. No, it's toucan. I wish I could see the picture of the window. Someone might put cardboard up just to keep people from seeing in and have no bearing of it being broken. I don't think we caught a good enough picture that I can. Maybe. I don't know how this looks. I'm not sure he's gonna change it so we can see it. This is the best I can do for you. I can't tell. It looks like there's a window here, but I couldn't tell you what is what in this picture. So sadly, I can't help you more than that. What's the shit window cost to replace? $50? Do you know how much drugs you can get for $50, Brandon? You forget this is we're talking about drug users. They don't go around replacing windows when there's perfectly good cardboard. They were renting, yes. Yeah, clear as mud. Well, it was the best I could find. It's sorry, it's hard to pull up better angles when they don't really have any for us. Ta-da! He's 100% guilty, but I think there's a good chance of a hung jury or acquittal. Yeah, maybe I'm just I just don't like her family's testimony, and that's why I think that she's not gonna skate, because I found them really, really, really unbelievable, and it was clearly coached. But I have placed my faith in a jury before, and never do that. I like how he didn't want to say Modelo. Oh, that's what they said. I thought, what the hell is... It sounded like she started speaking Spanish. Yes, a drone build. Now I understood the joke. Hey, Salty, been a second. Not gonna spend drug money, Dave and Buster's, and ring money on a stupid window. No, I love that they hated each other so much. Oh yeah, we went to Dave and Buster's. It was a wonderful day. I gave him some sex. But oh yeah, they hated each other. They really hated each other, and he had no reason to be there. Your own defendant on the stand was talking about how they had a good day, and she let him stay at the house. That's... if the jury catches on to stuff like that, yeah, she could potentially be in trouble, but I just don't trust juries anymore. That's supposed to be there. I think so. No, maybe no. No, it looks like. He was a scary monster, and she had sex with him. Yeah, and then sent him to sleep in the kids' bedroom, because that's where I always put the scary monsters when I had sex with them. That's not a bad explanation at all. You can smack someone you despise. It's called hate smacks. Yeah, but would you do that if you just got pistol whipped so badly that you had open skull fracture? Well, not open skull fracture, but you had your skull sticking through your hair 2 days before. I'm not saying some women doesn't have that as one of their kinks, but I don't think it's a lot of women who thinks, yeah, I just had my skull almost caved in. Let me go and have some smacks with this fella. And if anyone is interested, you can get Danny T in bed with a burger from In-N-Out. Can they pummel your head first as well? That's the big question. That's not the strongest. Flayed scalp and exposed skull is not an aphrodisiac to Mudrocker. You sound a little prudish. In some cultures, that's called foreplay. I don't know which cultures, but hey, we don't kink shame. Except when we do. We're lucky it wasn't some rebel flag over the window in Florida. Is this near where they have that, what's it called, Redneck Riviera thing? Or is that somewhere totally different? Sue should know that. That's her kin. Did you miss the verdict? No, if the verdict had been gone, I had been gone as well, Slidey Pie. Because when the verdict is over, I go to bed. Floribama. Did I put the wrong one on this? Nope, I did the right one. Bum, 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 bum. But Slidey, there was a question from the jury about how tall he was, and something about a picture of the window being broken in the house, but there was no window produced in evidence about that. But there was a picture showing it, and the defense agreed that they were allowed to put it in, even though it hadn't been submitted as evidence. So the defense played nice this time. And I don't know. I have this weird feeling that, yeah, maybe you all have talked me into it, but I kind of have a feeling that this I don't know. Maybe get manslaughter. I don't know. I'm not in doubt, but I've been fooled by juries before, so maybe she can get down to manslaughter. I don't think she's not going to be acquitted. I don't think so. But maybe a manslaughter. Some people were completing jigsaw puzzles. Do not look at that picture. There are some people who, when doing Lego, who do not look at the picture instructions. I couldn't do it without the instructions. That's all I can say. I can build a puzzle because you can see what the puzzle is supposed to look like. But I couldn't do this without the instructions. I'm not very creative. I have it best when I have an instruction to follow. That's the same when I'm baking and stuff like that. I can't just do it off the cuff. I need a recipe. No matter how many times I use a recipe, I'll still have it open and read it, because I've never been good at and remembering stuff without looking at it. Well, I can remember weird stuff, but I can't remember music and recipes and stuff like that. I have no idea how other people do it, but that's just not for me. And it's weird because I have a pretty good memory for most stuff. Pum, 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 pum. You live 20 minutes from the Ohio border. H-O, as Jamie always say when she hears the word Ohio. Ta-da. I read a recipe too. Yeah, that's you're just determined to not hang out with us anywhere but here, aren't you, Slidey Pie? Well, as long as Slidey Pie is here, that's fine. It's cute, yeah. I like all of these small little sets. They look nice. People keep walking in front of the camera, but doesn't seem like anything's happening. We in the area call it Ohio due to our accent. You're right next to. No, was that Iowa? Yeah, maybe that's Iowa. Yeah, it was Iowa. Sorry, I got my my states wrong. I normally don't get any states wrong, but I mixed up Ohio and Iowa, because the city I was in Illinois was right next to the border to Iowa. Oh, I was just a step ahead. My entire Midwest family from Michigan and Missouri would converge on either Seabrook or Hilton Head once a year. We tried not to make a scene and sometimes succeeded. Oh, sounds nice. Not missing anything. What do you do with all the Lego you once built? Do you display them around the house? If you look in the background in my studio, you can so that's what I do with all my Lego. Steeler jerseys everywhere: grocery store, church, funeral, wedding. Well, yeah. Question that got nothing to do with anything. Where were you deployed? I was deployed in Bosnia. I was in a place called Doboj. That was a place with a few important river crossings, and they had a big Serbian army base in that area. So I spent 2 tours in the area around Dubai. And then I was supposed to have been on the first team that went to Afghanistan, but luckily they accepted that I just had a daughter, so I didn't have to go again because I had just returned from deployment. So I didn't have to go to Afghanistan. I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't want to go to Afghanistan, especially when you just came home after a year and you had a daughter. So that's where I deployed. Ta-da! Baby Baker is probably gonna love his uncle more because his uncle is working for Lego and he can get all the cool sets that you want. Your nephew did a tour with the Canadian Army in Bosnia. I didn't mind being there. It wasn't that hairy. Got a little hairy in the end. Oh, in 1997. I was 2000, 2001. No verdict I've heard of. Too soon for a verdict. I have it running on another screen. Jury has a verdict that was quick. Gotta be guilty. What? Well, that would be perfect with the bird. Is any of my mods other than Brandon here? Can you check if there's because I'm on the small screen, so I can't go check everything. Maybe Bridget and Kelly is right. And probably I don't have any mods here. Of course, these are the lazy bums I have as mods. Brandon, it's acceptable that he's lazy because he stopped his toe. Danny T doesn't see anything. Is that a green pickle? No, it's a watermelon. Yeah, we're on verdict watch already, so you are way behind. You don't have to watch the state's case in chief. It's horrible. No, nothing is good other than the video, and the video is better if you go find it on Court TV. But go watch they fall when the defense takes over. That's horrible. Kathy Russo not seeing anything. Nothing from Russo on X. The state, it's not horrendous. It's just not the best. I don't see anything in the chat on Lawn and Crim either. So yeah, Kathy Russo is normally the one who has anything. There's nothing coming up either. I can just show you because I have it sitting in the background. If it's an extra piece, you should tape it to the post note and call it your emotional support pickle. I don't. Yeah, maybe. Oh, this one. This is the stem for flowers. This is how they make these little flower thingies. So you can detach that. But doesn't look like there was a verdict. Someone might have come in. Well, then I can. Jemima is not seeing a verdict. I can pull it all apart and then I can make the next one because nothing. The Canadian Army go as peacekeepers. Yeah, we were peacekeepers as well to start with, and then I think actually in 1990 was it in 1998 that we had no, that was before that. We had what was called Operation Bøllebank, which means Operation, I don't know, beat down or something like that, maybe. It's a Danish word. You can't really translate it. Where we, our Leopard tanks started firing at the Serbs. That's the first time we had been actively engaging since Cyprus, because there's people walking around in court. But I had a friend of mine, no, it must have been 97, 98, about the time I enlisted. I had a buddy of mine who was down there and sat with, was it the Dutch detachment when Srebrenica happened? A verdict has been reached. A verdict has been reached. A verdict has been reached. So I don't have to pull all of this. That was a very fast. I say this fast, I'm going guilty. I'm going to jump into my other office. I'm going to put the courtroom on, and then we have a verdict. Can one of the mods go into Discord and say we have a verdict, and then I'll, before I leave, I'll just put it on the Twitch. Thank you so much for coming in and alerting us that we had a verdict. Kelly, and who was the other one? Sorry. I'll be in the other office in 2 seconds.
Lawyers are present as well as Ms. Link. Jury is telling us they have a verdict. I'm going to bring them in. Before we publish, I may publish. Before we publish, listen, the lawyers did a good job. I know there's family members on both sides. We will all keep our calm and composure. I'm not going to say it again. Anyone who disrupts these court proceedings will be immediately removed, number one. Number two, the jury did their job. They will not be felt one way or the other influenced by anyone's reaction. Okay, let's bring them in.
All right,
1 in chat for guilty, 2 in chat for innocent. This is a very, very quick verdict. This is
All right, all jurors are accounted for.
2 hours.
Seated. Mr. Bowie, you're a foreperson. Yeah. Bowie, you have a verdict. So I'm going to review it just to make sure everything's been checked off appropriately. After, if it's all in order, the clerk will ask you each one if this is your verdict, and then we'll take it from there, okay? Okay. All right,
Well,
let's
she
go.
has stand to count.
The state of Florida versus Daisy Link, case number F2211523. Verdict, we the jury in Miami-Dade County, Florida, find the defendant Daisy Link as to count 1, second-degree murder, guilty of second-degree murder. If you find the defendant guilty of second-degree murder, you must answer each of the following questions. Number 1, did the defendant actually possess a firearm during the commission of the crime? Yes. Number 2, did the defendant discharge a firearm during the commission of the crime? Yes. 3, did the defendant discharge a firearm causing death during the commission of the crime? Yes. So say we all, the 16th day of October 2025, signed by the foreperson. All right, Marilise, we're going to poll the jury.
The jury, if you have rejected the verdict, as I call your name, if this is your verdict, please answer yes. If this is not your verdict, please answer no.
No, because now she's going to prison. She's not going to be in jail anymore.
Ramona Espinosa,
Don't dox them.
Jacqueline Smith,
I'm just going to mute them. Jamie, surprised?
No,
No.
not.
I'm surprised they have been out in 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Where is this at again? Is this Florida?
It's Florida all the time.
Okay. Okay. Well,
It's one
I agree
paragraph
with it.
long.
Gun enhancement in Florida. Isn't that like life?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I wish to thank you for your time and consideration of this case. I also wish to advise you of some very special privileges enjoyed by jurors. No juror can ever be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain their private affair as long as they wish. Therefore, the law gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. Although you are at liberty to speak with anyone about your deliberations, you are also at liberty to refuse to speak to anyone. A request to discuss either your verdict or your deliberations may come from those who are simply curious, from those who might seek to find fault with you, from the media, from the attorneys, or elsewhere. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. And with that, I thank you again. Please go outside with Humberto. I have a certificate of appreciation for you. I'll shake your hand. We'll give you back your electronic devices.
So just before you do that, can we start running that ball just?
Sure.
Second-degree murder sentence and penalties. Second-degree murder, when charged as a first-degree felony, could result in penalties up to 30 years in prison and $10,000 in fines. A first-degree capital felony and a possibility of death penalty could be the sentence for second-degree murder if the defendant commits murder while perpetrating or attempting to perpetrate other specific crimes. Second-degree
Now
murder
we
is
can all rise and you all can go outside with Humberto.
Second-degree murder is not the same as second-degree felony. Second-degree murder in Florida is classified as a first-degree felony and is punishable according to level 10 in Florida's criminal punishment code. If convicted of
All
second-degree
right, folks, we can go off record for 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
convicted of second-degree murder, the offender will receive at least 16.3 quarter years in prison without the chance for parole. If the defendant used a firearm to commit the murder, they would receive a minimum sentence of 25 years in prison. The judge may also choose to combine those 16.3 quarters years with one of the following penalties: life on probation, 25 years plus a $10,000 fine. According to Florida law, felony murder is defined as killing another human being during the commission or attempted commission of certain felonies. If convicted, only 2 sentencing options are available: life without or death. So that's not what we are here. So she would be looking at, because it's with a firearm, a minimum of 25 years. I believe she is 38. 38? So, yeah, I think something like that. Just verdict. I was nervous about the one. Seemed like a case that was asking for a dumb jury to screw it up. Looks like we had a smart jury. I think the problem was that the state was so bad and we had such bad audio and visuals doing the state's case in chief. No, but I didn't like the prosecution. I think they have been really bad in this one. She probably knew this was coming.
Yeah.
But that was a really quick one. They had their lunch and then they had a question after about 10 to 15 minutes that wasn't on camera. The cameraman probably went out to get something to eat. But the question was,
Ms. Link, all right, Ms. Link, the jury's found you guilty. I will adjudicate you guilty. I'm inclined to defer sentencing for another day.
The defendant is not a convicted felon. He has such faults. He would otherwise be held to PSI. I don't know if the defense is waiving that or not, but I would, if we already have sentencing, other than the waiving of PSI, it would need to be.
Do you want me to order a pre-sentence investigation?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, so we'll order a pre-sentence investigation. They usually take about 8 weeks, so we'll just reset this for about 8 weeks time.
That'll be
It's going to print tomorrow anyway, Mr. Tomas, because we're after a cutoff date for the clerk of court. 8 weeks from now puts us roughly around Thanksgiving. So I'll just ask for the pre-sentence investigation to come back the Friday before Thanksgiving, the 21st. Is that all right? That's just for the return of the PSI. It's not for actual sentencing itself. Okay, so 21st is the next court date for the return of the pre-sentence investigation. If it's back then, we can pick a day for sentencing after we get the pre-sentence investigation. Is there anything that I need to address from the parties before we adjourn for the day?
I don't believe.
All right. All right. Thank you all. We're adjourned.
So what they're going to do now is they're going to do a pre-sentencing investigation, which means they're going to go and look at her education level, her previous crimes, her family, what could help her, what could hurt her. But again, it is a mandatory 25 years in prison. So she's going to get 25 years in prison. Then the state can argue, well, we think you should give her life because she was using a pew-pew. But she knows she's going to go away for 25 years. Does she have priors? We don't know. We won't know that till the pre-sentencing investigation has been finished, unless it has something to do with this. Did she commit a murder before, for instance, or had made a stand your ground killing, which is legal? They might have brought it up, but because it has no bearing on this case, you won't know that, well, she has been apprehended 45 times with drug paraphernalia and soliciting. Sorry, Jamie, I used your record as an example.
Stop it.
Think she has still charges from being in there? In prison? Or what? I'm not sure I understand the question. Did anyone get charged with perjury? Not that we know of. No prior felonies, I think. There was something, I think some drug related that they mentioned while they were yelling at each other, but I don't know what whatever. A fight in prison or whatever? Is that what you are asking? I haven't heard anything. I think I heard that her baby daddy has pled guilty to his murder, is going to be sentenced at November 3rd. I think I'm not 100%. I think I heard that somewhere. Her child should have never been allowed to testify. He will blame himself being so young and doesn't understand. Terrible attorney for doing that, especially because I'm here to get my mom out of here. So he will put it on himself that I didn't get my mom out of here. She gave Vent Baby. Vent Baby was conceived knowing Daddy Rosie Palm's mom would raise the little Vent Baby. Yeah, and she got commissary for it. If there's an extensive record of the DV, that could weigh in. I do believe she was abused. That said, they will also look at her DV record if it exists. I think none of those two were good spouses. I think both of them were horrible to each other.
Yeah.
If she had her kids, unlikely she had a prison record. Oh, Bertke Würdiger, do I have news for you? This is America. Some very horrible people have their kids. She must have committed a crime to make the Vent Baby. No, because she didn't meet with him ever physically. It went through the
Yeah, but why was she in jail? Was it for
because
this?
she was awaiting sentencing on this one.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
I think
so,
that's what they meant.
What does your education level have to do with the crime you have committed? Surely it should not make a difference on your education. In Denmark, we will do, instead of a pre-sentencing investigation, it's called an 808. That's the same stuff. They'll have an interview with the person. Are you motivated to try and change? Do you need drug counseling? Can we do something, maybe give you a suspended sentence, all of this, and we will then be told in court, especially if they want to change and stuff like that. Education level will have some saying to say, okay, are we going to send you a month in prison, or are we going to give you a month where we give you community service? Or you won't get a month of, but you will have we have a formula. So X amount of days is X amount of hours you have to do community service. But you'll look at them if they have shown no skills in obtaining a driver's license, any level of education other than basic school, you will less likely to be given community service because you haven't proven that you have the ability to follow through. Because this is a chance we give you, because we could just send everyone to prison. But that's why we do the 808 or pre-sentencing investigations in Denmark, is to say, okay, could we potentially send you home to use a GPS tracker? And you have to be home every day instead of that. And there you would use and say, okay, this person has actually become an electrician, has worked as an electrician. He was out, got drunk, got into a fight. It was a bad accident. He has been a pillar of society until this happened. So it's to show what you have done with your life. Also, because everyone wants to change, everyone wants to give up drugs, everyone wants to find Jesus when they are getting sentenced. But a lot of them has been sentenced so many times that even Jesus is saying, buddy, I'm not sure I can fix you. He was in prison as well. I believe her mom has, no, her sister, no, her mom has the kids. Vent Baby is with his grandma. Now, I believe grandma, because grandma, no, sister has it, and he talks to grandma once or twice a week where she tells him what he remembers from that day. In the US, a lot of criminals have the ability to better themselves, but don't have the fortitude to do it. I have a family member that has a degree and has been to prison twice, is back in prison now. That's why, as part of that 808, they will also do you have any substance abuse problems? Why don't you have a job? What are your goals with life? And they will then, because you can also, as I said, everyone wants to meet Jesus when you're going to prison, because, hey, I'm a changed man. I'm never going to do this again. Well, you've done it 25,000 times before. That's going to be used against you, because we can't trust you. We can't say, okay, you're going to get off this time, buddy. We have given you drug counseling 5 times. We're still going to put him in a drug program, but we're just not going to go easy on him because, well, I was an addict. I didn't mean to do it.
Makes sense.
If sperm is a banned substance, I don't know how they'll stop that. That was horrible to hear. Don't use your children, grandchildren. A lot of criminals will do that as well. That's why they have them. Not dying in 2026. No one is dying in 2026. Stop being a crybaby. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But then they said something about talking twice a week. I don't believe Booksmart is as good as common sense. No, but it'll show you. It'll show the system that you are better at sitting on your ass and reading a book, and that will benefit you when you are going to meet the system. Sadly, that's how it is. But we do that sometimes, where we are saying, no, this kid has tried. He really tried, even though he doesn't have the papers for it. We believe him when they and I've told this story before, where we had this kid and we were, no, it seems like he had pissed clean and everything looked good, and he hadn't done drugs, and he had been in a rough place and had a broken home and stuff like that, and had moved away from the city, had gone to a place where he was working, and his workplace had put in a very good recommendation for him. So we said, oh, okay, let's give the kid a chance. Then I walk out of the courtroom, and he had no driver's license. That was one of the things we just convicted him of. And I see him driving past me in a car, and I was just like, yeah, well, fool me once. You'll just die quieter. I do need some protection. Just stop dying. Jamie, yell at Brandon.
Yeah, die quieter, Brandon.
No, he shouldn't die.
He's not dying. He's just being dramatic.
I cannot take any and get a vacation from my wife. Also, last time I was in the hospital, I woke up, she was just sitting there staring at me. Creepy. Well, I'm going to call your wife and say we're going to send Jamie next time he plays those tricks, and she will fix him right quick.
Yep. I'll get you up and running.
Yeah. Just a few slaps to the face, and then chip chop.
Chip, chop, chip. Let's go.
Is there a live hearing tomorrow? There's a live hearing tomorrow, yes. How long did it take? It took just about 2 hours with one question asked.
Yeah, they pretty much had their mind made up.
Yeah, I think so. It was, I believe we went out. Yeah, I went out and made dinner like 5 minutes past 8, which would be 5 minutes past 2 your time. And they were back. I think they warned us we had a verdict like 3:45 to 4. So, yeah. We know where Jamie stands on this debate. Horrible thing to say.
Hey, I don't want
Jamie
anyone to die. We're good.
No. Well, he has a beagle that'll need a new home, Jamie. So.
Well, I'll take the beagle. if anything happens. I get custody of the beagle.
Yeah, and slap him around a bit.
That's just for fun.
Yeah. Whack! And I'm taking your dog. I guess that cardboard beer case window decoration convinced him that it was guilty. I'm thinking, because remember they said when they drove home from the house, they went to pick up beer. And if there's a case of Modelo standing on a table right inside the door, in front of a window or something like that, they could probably think, oh, so it was planned that he should be there because his beer was at the front door. We don't buy, and again, you couldn't buy what they were selling. They were selling pure, unadulterated bullcrap. It seems like a large portion of recoveries thought Daisy was not guilty. I'm very surprised by that.
I am too, actually.
It can be a lot of things. It can be me and recovery as host. Maybe we are seeing things that we are emphasizing, and then people are thinking, "Oh my God, yeah, I didn't see that." It can be that they just in chat. Luckily, we have Sue, so people don't go in chat on our channel. Get into a discussion and say, "Well, maybe this happened and that happened." Or it can just be that we had all the mean people over here because we have Jamie. Pretty sure my wife would want to keep her dog.
No.
I'm pretty sure Jamie would slap her around as well and just say, forget about it.
I'm just getting in fights with everybody.
Yeah.
Over.
Yes, I did finish the toucan. I was about to dismantle it and build something else. So I got like 6 pieces peeled apart. So I'm going to build that up again and put it somewhere in my background, I think. I've always wondered what kind of water Modelo use. If you let the beer sit for a day, it smells and looks like pee. I don't think I ever had a Modelo. I don't like Mexican beer. Brandon was doing a Rhodesian rib wrap with his dog. So disgusting.
A what? No, I don't want to know.
You have to Google that on your own.
No, I won't. I'll just be ignorant.
But it could also be that something was placed behind the window because it didn't look broken from the outside. We couldn't see the picture, so again, it's hard to say. Modelo is absolutely. I don't like Mexican beer because I think they're too sour. It's not. I don't think Mexican beers are good. So, but I don't like those. What's they called with the lemon in them? Shanty, shafty,
Oh.
whatever. Whatever you call
The
those weird beers.
Coronas with the lime.
No, the one where they'll have a beer, but they will already have put like grape or something. In Germany, it's really big as summer beer.
Oh, like the summer shanties or whatever.
Yeah, shandy. Yeah, that's I don't like those. So
I haven't had one in a long time.
it's really, really, really big in Germany, but yeah, that's not
Lemonade
for
and
me.
beer. Oh, yeah.
What? Iron Maiden beer?
Huh?
Did you say Iron Maiden beer?
No, someone put lemonade in beer, and I was like, "That's what it is."
Yeah, yeah. It's just like some citrus soda or something mixed into a beer. So yeah, that's not for me. They have a lot of
Hard
shandies in
ciders are
Wisconsin.
good. Those are good.
Radler, half soda, half beer. Yeah, that's what it's called in Germany. That's a Radler. Radler beer. I'm not a big fan of that.
I've always saw Modelo. I've just never tried it.
I don't think I tried it because the first year I was in Tennessee last year, Well, that wasn't the first time, because I've been to Tennessee before. But whenever we had Yingling, that's Valhalla's brand, and they're good. I like those. They taste like the ones I drink in Denmark. But every time we went out, I was asking to try something new. We were at a craft beer place and had dinner. They were way too fruity for me. And then I wasn't served at the arcade. Then I think I had the Cadillac of beer. I can't remember what that is. And I had a few different beers. I had no Budweisers because I don't want that. But I think I had. Yeah, Yingling, Dingerling. They're great beers. I like those. Mikkeller is the best Danish beer. I like Odense. That's my favorite. Pabst Blue Ribbon. I think I had a Pabst. I had a 40. I had an OE in a paperback.
God.
That's a good beer. I didn't mind it
Can't do that one.
as long as it's cold. It's fine. Lienenkugel's summer shandy is the chitlets of summer beer. Don't be fooled by the Tuborg people. Tuborg is horrible. It's sour piss. You have to be poor and live in Copenhagen to like Tuborg. Tuborg Golden Ladies. That's a good beer. When Baby is with his grandma. Her grandma. Yeah, I think I had a Miller. I don't know if it was a High Life, but I had a few different beers. Some of it good, some of it not so good. But I had a lot of Yinglings, and they're good. And then I had the worst ever was the what's it called? My Lord Spritzer. That was my Lord with fizz in it. Yeah.
Did you say that was the worst?
It was my Lord, Jamie, but there was carbonation in it.
I know, but I thought you liked Malort. So when you said
Yeah, I like
Malort
Malort, but I don't like
Spritzer.
Malort when it's a spritzer. Are you
Oh.
absolutely crazy?
Can you even like it's gross as is? Puts a spritzer in it. No way.
But don't yell at me. Yell at Sue. No, not Sue. Yell at FD Food Fairy. She's the one who sent it to me.
The spritzer?
Yeah.
Oh. Did she think it would help?
I don't know what she thought, but it was horrible.
No.
It's really bad. Do you drink beer and bake? I don't drink beer and bake. I don't drink and work. I don't drink a lot on my daily life. I probably have less than a beer a month on average.
Yeah. Oh, I know, Sue. He's just yelling. He just instantly, you're the first name that comes to mind when he's going to yell about somebody.
It's
I'm glad
because
it's not me anymore.
I have never yelled about you.
I find that hard to believe.
I don't know why you have to always lie about me, but
I'm pretty sure I've been here when you've yelled about me. So
pretty sure means, oh, I don't really know. I'm making this stuff up to make people hate bacon now.
oh yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah. What are the Yellow Jacket ones from the Yellowstone show? Yellow Jacket from Yellowstone? Isn't that a Yellow Jacket show?
I think so, but there's something on Yellowstone.
I haven't
don't
heard
even-
Yellow
I've never
Jacket from
watched that
Yellowstone.
show. So
I watched the first 3 series and then I kind of got out of it because yeah. My lord is what the Chicago. My lord, that's the Chicago shot you buy for your buddies to drink on a day, like ghost peppers. I had so much. I have had so much of it. I don't mind it now. I'll happily drink a my lord. It's fine by me.
Mm.
It doesn't hurt me. See, this is why I yell at Sue. Sue, be nice to my mods.
I love because you can take it out of context and it's just. Oh.
I have a hard time believing Brandon. I can't remember one time in the 2.5 years Brandon has been here, he has ever antagonized anyone. Brandon is actually one of my few followers where I don't get DMs asking why the hell is that person a mod on your channel. So I have a hard time believing you, Sue, that he should be an antagonistic person. I have never don't know it. Why do all your mods pick on you? You're such a sweet man, never snarky. Pixie, if I knew why people are so mean to me, I'll try and stop it, but there's no reason. It's just hatred.
We're also jealous
Because I'm so smart.
because he's so smart. He's smarter than all of us. So we just gotta
Well, I'm
tear
not
him
gonna
down
say-
every second of every
I'm not
day.
gonna-
Put him in his place.
I'm not going to say all of you, Jamie, but quite a few. Enjoy yourself, Malin, and thank you for being here. Jamie, I'm going to go to bed as well because it's 10:30.
Yeah, you get to bed.
Tomorrow there will be a stream. I hope we're still working on some details. It'll be at 8:50 Eastern Standard Time, 10 minutes to 9 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. If we get everything, all the ducks in a row, all the kittens in the caboodles, and all the... Am I actually getting sleep? Yeah, I'm getting sleep. If
Mm-hmm.
I woke up this morning and thought, should I go up? And I was tired as hell and do a show, and the expert was on, so I thought, nope, I don't need to do it now. Let the expert have the morning, and then I get to go sleep. So I slept till... I think I slept till like 8 o'clock this morning. I fell asleep at 1, so I had my 7 hours of sleep. I'm just going to go on Twitch and say everyone's an idiot, and then I'm going to bed. Remember, everyone, if you use Facebook and you don't use other social media, there is a Broken Baker Facebook page now. I think I've set it up correctly. It's just called Broken Baker. If you don't use the Facebooks, you can use the Twitch or the Discord to see when we go live, because YouTube is a-hole and doesn't alert you in time. We'll have another show tomorrow. 10 to 9 is where I believe I'm going to start. If you are here at 8:45, Brandon will be sitting here yelling about how late I am, even though it's 5 minutes before I'm supposed to start. And it might be interesting if we can get it to work. So look out.
Look out, world.
It could be interesting. To the rest of you, I'm just going to say, runaway train never coming back. Going one way on a one-way track.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No,
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
no.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
So there-
Everybody has.